Good morning, y'all. Have you ever wanted to try to make your own homemade from scratch ravioli? Well, I think I can help you. Let's talk about it and let's get started. Welcome to our channel. We're all about faith, family, home, and farm. Come on in and grab a chair and sit a spell with us. If you like readable versions of all of our content, be sure to check out both of our blogs. The links to our blogs will always be in the description box below our videos. Oh, all right, y'all. It is morning time, but I had to hurry up and get in here and take this out of the freezer. A few weeks ago, last week, sometime or another, a few weeks ago, I made some lasagna from scratch. I mean, I got out my KitchenAid mixer, I got all my attachments out, my pasta roller. For lasagna, you just need the pasta roller. And made my sheets and everything, and we took time. Granddaughter helped me, and we made the noodles and things, and made lasagna. Well, I had a bunch of dough left over, pasta dough. I used the recipe that comes with my pasta attachments. Inside the owner's manual, they have a pasta dough recipe. So I just used that recipe, nothing special, it's in the book. And I had a whole bunch left over, and I'm like, I have a plan to make some ravioli one night. I even have in my nifty, sorry y'all, let me get you pointed down this way, I think, in my nifty, where y'all at? Hold on, let me turn y'all around. Ah, there y'all are. Okay, I have even got, where is it? I gotta find it in here, y'all. Y'all like my nifty drawer, dear hubby, put in here for me when we renovated our kitchen. Look at there. I got to pull out drawers. Here's my KitchenAid mixer. Now, he gets this thing out for me when I need it because it's heavy and I'm having to bend over to pick it up. So he gets it out for me when I need it, but it has a pull-out drawer. Okay, back over here. I'm trying to find what I'm looking for. There it is. I'm trying to find what I'm looking for. Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay, this right here. Okay, hold on. I'll set you up on the tripod so I can pick this up and show you because it's kind of heavy. I do have a KitchenAid attachment ravioli maker. You see that? Now, me and this ravioli maker does have a love-hate relationship because I've only used it twice. Dear hubby's like, I bought you a ravioli maker. Won't you use it? I know. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And I've used it twice. But it's the operator. It's me. It's me. I'll admit it. I'm the problem. It's the operator. And I think I have figured it out. I think I'm getting my filling too thick. And I'll explain why. I'm going to show you just a little bit about how this works. And I'll leave it sitting here because I'm going to show you something about how you're in. Okay, I'll explain some more in the video, but I'm going to show you. I will have this link down below in the description box. It's on my kitchen essentials list in my Amazon store. But if I can find the particular attachment, I will link it in the description box below. They're good. It works. I'll try to find the video that I watch from KitchenAid, how to use this attachment. And it's also in your owner's manual, and I'll flip through it a few little times and explain some things. But I'll put this in the description box below. You hook this onto your KitchenAid just like you do any of the other attachments. Screw the knob in. Your dough, see this roller? As it's in your KitchenAid mixer, as I'm going to tell you just a little bit about it. This goes on top. It's the hopper. It goes on top. You have a little spoon, a scoop. First, when you get your dough into sheets, you got to use your pasta roller first, or use your rolling pin. If you want to be like these Italian grandmas that flattens that stuff out with them rolling pins, more power to you. I don't have the strength to do it. I use my pasta roller attachment. It gets it as thin as I need it. When you get your sheets made, okay, they have to be as wide as this. And then, let me put that down. You fold your dough, your sheet in half. You find the center fold. And you're going to put the center fold, it's going to be in your attachment this way. You're going to put your center fold right in between the rollers, and you're going to crank it about half a turn, quarter of a turn, to where it will pull some of the sheet down in there to seal that bottom edge. Now, you're going to take your dough that's in here. You're going to put a flap over here and a flap of dough over here. Your dough's going to be in there like this first. Then it's going to pinch the bottom when you turn it just quarter of a notch. Then you're going to open your dough like this, okay, and let it flap over front to back, okay. Then you put the hopper on here. I don't think I got it in there right. Hold on, I don't. You're going to put your hopper in here. Make sure it clicks. You hear it click. You're going to take your filling with a scoop and you're going to put it down in here. This little hopper goes over your two flaps of dough, okay? Because this is where you're going to put your filling right down in here. And you're going to put your filling and you're going to spread it down in there. Then the magic happens. See those little indentions? See the pocket, the indentions for the pocket? Okay, see the little squiggly marks? You're going to roll this crank slowly. As it's rolling that sheet of dough through, it's pulling your dough down like this. Marrying them. It's making little pockets with your filling inside. And then it's putting those little cut marks, those little zigzag lines. That's your cut marks, okay? Perforated edges. Then you just take those little squares apart. Now, some things I have found. 2 reasons I've tried this twice already. My filling is too thick. The first time I tried it was with an Italian sausage cream cheese filling. It was too thick. My meat in the mixture that I was putting, this heavy, in the hopper, was, as it was rolling, it was just tearing my dough. The meat was just like too crumbly that as it would try to smush it down in the pockets, it was tearing my dough. So I'm like, okay, too thick. Strike 1. Strike 2. I did like a ricotta, but I still got it too thick. So if you're buying ricotta or you're making your own, or your filling, don't have your filling so thick. I think that was part of my problem. So that's 2 strikes against me. Okay, so we're having a love-hate relationship. But I'm not giving up on this ravioli maker because I think it's me, okay? So I'll just leave it sitting here through the video, and because I will show you how wide you need to get your sheets, okay? And then I'll have the owner's manual, and I'll flip through it just a little bit and show you how it shows you how to use the ravioli maker. And what else? Yeah, I will put this, I'm really going to keep practicing with this. I'm like, I know I can do this. And when I get that feeling, I'm going to keep trying until I do it. So this is the KitchenAid ravioli attachment, okay, for your stand mixer. We're going to put that down, okay? Some of these attachments are heavy, y'all. And then your little scoop that comes with it. Oh, and I believe there's like a little cleaning brush. A lot of these attachments, y'all, you do not submerge in hot soapy water or any water. You do not put it in the dishwasher. No, you will rust a lot of your mechanics on the inside. Okay, so you have to kind of like clean those with a damp dish rag, and it comes, each attachment comes with some brushes to help get like dried pasta out of there, okay? So you cannot submerge these in water, and definitely no dishwasher. Okay, let's see what else. I will put this attachment link in the description box below, and I will try to find the KitchenAid video. KitchenAid has a lot of videos on YouTube. I love my KitchenAid and all my attachments. So KitchenAid has a lot of videos on YouTube, and the video of how to use this ravioli maker is on there. And I'm like, I know I can do this. It's the operator. It's me. It's me. So I'm gonna give it another whirl, and I may do a video of it. I may not. But if you want to jump the gun and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go try that, I want to see if I can do it better than she can, I'll tell her what the problem is and what she's doing wrong. Hey, if y'all figure out something before I do, by all means, shoot me a comment, okay? So I will link this down below, and if you think this might be for you and you want to try to make some homemade ravioli, because, y'all, this is a good project to get kids doing. My granddaughters, if they see me getting my KitchenAid mixer out, they know we fixing to do something. And they're dragging out stools, they're getting out their aprons, and they're like, what are we doing today, G-Mom? I'm like, well, I was just making a pie crust. Oh, can I help? Can I help? All right. Cupcakes. I don't care what we're doing. They want to be a part of it, and they love all my nifty little attachments. So this is going to be fun once we get the hang of it. Okay. But I'm not giving up on it. Okay. We've got some projects to do this morning, and I've got to let my dough thaw out, and I will meet y'all back here when it is time to get started. We've got just a couple of little quick projects because the granddaughters are here, and they're like, can we go swimming? Can we go swimming? Can we go swimming? Okay, we have some work we've got to do first. Then we're going to have all the fun things. We're going to do all the fun things. So we're going to do a couple of little projects, and then some swim time, and one of those long summer after swim naps. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I will meet y'all back in the kitchen here in the evening time after nap, after coffee, and I wake up, and we'll get this ravioli going, okay? Sorry, y'all. Before I start doing other things right now, and while it's on my little pea brain, let me share something with y'all. If y'all are going to drag out all your accessories like your KitchenAid mixer, or you may have a Bosch mixer or something like that, whatever kind of mixer you've got, if you're going to take the time to drag out all your equipment, I don't care if you're making pasta dough, biscuit dough, pizza dough, pie crust. Y'all, here's your little tip just to help you in the foreseeable future. Go ahead and double and triple your recipe, because you can always prep those doughs for later uses, especially holiday baking. Oh my gosh, there is nothing like having pie crusts on hand already when you start planning those potlucks for church, or those family get-togethers, all those holiday meals, things like that. And I'm talking maybe summertime baking, you know, like 4th of July, Labor Day, Memorial Day. But then you've got like your fall, then you've got Thanksgiving, then you've got Christmas. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? If you're going to take the time to get all your stuff out and make doughs, double, triple your batch, prep them, have them on hand to use for later, and just pull out of the freezer, and you've got them. That cuts down your time in half. So there's a little quick tip for you. I got things to do. I'll be back this evening, and we'll get this started. All right, it's evening time. Let's get this party started. I've got all of my things that I need out here. I've got my KitchenAid mixer. That's where you would put the attachment on there, your pasta roller first, and then your ravioli maker. There's my scoop I showed you. Here's my thawed out frozen pasta dough. I've got all my seasonings together. I've got my, excuse me, y'all. There's my ricotta cheese I made, another batch with my formaggio machine. Got all my seasonings I'm going to use to make my filling. I've got my dough roller out because we're going to need it. I got some nifty little gadgets here. I'm going to show you some other things that you can use. Got my pasta sauce there, my homemade pasta sauce. So we're going to get started, okay? Y'all, if y'all have hung in there with me already for almost like 20 minutes, thank y'all. I wanted to show y'all the first option that you can use to make homemade ravioli, and that is with the ravioli maker attachment. Like I said, we've got a love-hate relationship, and I'm going to have to practice with that more. I've only done it like twice before, and I'm going to keep working with it. But now, and if you hung on with me this long and you're still here, thank you. You're the dedicated ones. Now we're going to get to the fun part going and show you how that you can use other little contraptions to make ravioli by hand, the old way. And I got some nifty little gadgets I'm going to show you. Y'all, there is so many ways you can shape your ravioli, so many fillings you can make. I got the dough roller out there because I am going to have to use it just a little bit because my dough is still cold. And y'all, if you know anything about messing with cold dough, it's really firm, and you've got to get it kind of rolled out or smushed down so it will fit in your pasta roller. This attachment that I've got on there right now is my pasta roller attachment. I'll link it down below too. I'll put all these accessories down below. The pasta roller is what you put a section of dough in. There's 3 settings on here. And first of all, I messed up because you're supposed to start out on the highest, widest setting, which is 3. And I think I had it on 1 because my dough was not wanting to go through here. I finally figured it out. So I'm switching it. I got my dough hung just a little bit there, so it's okay. It comes out the other end. You got to start on 3 and then run it through a couple of times. You go backwards. Then 2, which is a more narrow setting. It's going to squish it even more like a rolling pin. Then you go down to 1, which is the thinnest setting. So see, you're going to start from 3, do that a couple of times, go down to 2, do that a couple of times, and then down to 1. But my dough is still very firm, and even on 3, I'm having to take my rolling pin. There we go. I finally got it. I'm having to take my rolling pin and still get it down a little bit to where it will even go through the pasta attachment there. So I'm just going to work on 3 for a little bit. And then after you pass it through that first time, you're going to fold it because you're kind of like shaping your dough to go in a very long rectangle. So, because you're going to want to get it wide. So I'm having to work with my dough here because it is still firm. And sometimes you might, if it starts sticking, just use a little bit of flour. But after you roll it through one time, fold it in half again, and then run it through again. Keep your rolling pin out. You may still need to use it because you really can't use a fat dough putting it through here. I mean, the roller width between the rollers is only so wide. So you may still have to use your rolling pin just to get it thin enough to start on number 3. I hope I'm making sense, y'all, but these pasta roller attachments are so much fun. See, you're going to want to get your dough as your sheet as wide as your ravioli maker, because on the ravioli maker, if you don't get it as wide, then you're going to have some edges that are missing, and you're probably not going to have a full pocket if you're not wide enough for the sheet to go through there. So see, I'm going to keep on. There we go. It's working better now. So I'm going to run it through a couple of times, keep squishing it. Like your pasta roller attachment mimics a rolling pin, okay? For those of us who just don't have a lot of strength in our hands and our arms to do it the old time way. Y'all, I've seen some Italian grandmas on YouTube where, let me tell y'all, 50 to 80-year-old women still using these rolling pins, smushing this dough down, rolling this dough down to where it's only like 1/8 of an inch thick. And I'm like, how are y'all doing that? Because I can't do that. Now I'm going to show you the owner's manual for the ravioli maker. It shows you how to take care of it. It shows you how to attach it. I think there might even be a recipe in here. It shows you how to lock it in your stand mixer, how your hopper goes on, the spoon and the brush that it comes with to keep it clean. So there you go. All right, now I've rolled this some more. I think I'm on probably number 1 now. I went 3, 2, 1. You count backwards when you're doing this pasta roller. Don't start at 1. You go backwards. Okay. So now I think I've got a bunch going there, and I'll do a bunch on 3. Then I'll go back and do the same bunch on 2. Then I'll do the same bunch on 1. That way I'm not switching my pasta roller attachment back and forth and I get confused about where I'm at. So we're going to get all my sheets done here. And I've got just a little bit more left to go. And y'all, my dough is a little bit different color because I put, and right, let me stop right there. I said number 1, but I got it wrong. Y'all, just remember, start with number 3. Then do that twice. Then do number 2. Do that twice. Then go down to number 1. When I stuck my fingers up, I'm showing y'all the wrong way, but now I'm telling you that I wasn't in my right frame of mind that day. We were kind of tired. We took that long summer after swim nap that you wake up wondering, did I miss the bus? Or what day is it? Okay, so I'm like, I'm losing my train of thought here and I'm going backwards. So just remember, start on 3, go down to 2, go down to 1. Getting back to my point of my dough color, my dough is a little different color because I incorporated a little bit of whole wheat, in my recipe. You can play around with doughs if you want to, and that's fine. So mine is a darker color because I put a little bit of wheat. I did like half and half whole wheat, half all purpose. So that way, that should have been number 1 right there. So that way we get a little more nutrition and dear hubby can eat it better. If you have a sheet that winds up breaking, y'all lay it down, pinch it back together, and then do it again. It will smush it back. It'll smush your seam back together and you'll be fine. So I'm on one now for all these sheets. So, and y'all, I only have a few more to go. We're going to finish those. All right, now I got all my sheets done and I'm going to start putting all of my seasoning into my ricotta that I made, y'all. The last video I showed y'all how to make ricotta cheese in the Formaggio machine, my new cheese making machine. I'm loving it, y'all. I'm getting the hang of ricotta and we're using it in so many dishes. The next thing I'm going to use the rest of that ricotta for is the big shells, and I'm going to fill it with some ricotta with some spinach in it and stuff some shells next. So that's my next recipe. I probably won't do a video on that one because I think you probably get it. But yeah, you can never have too much seasonings, y'all. But look on the cutting board and you see my sheets. Okay. You know the rounded edges at the end of the sheets? I cut them off so I can have straight edge sheets. For this, you can do this with your lasagna and do this with your ravioli. So you've got straight edged sheets. Okay. So I thought I'd tell y'all that. I think I had oregano, basil, Italian seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder. What else did I throw in that ricotta, y'all? And some of these things shake so slow, y'all. Pardon me. Oh yeah, and I added a little bit of Parmesan cheese. You don't have to. It just gives you a little extra flavor. So now I'm going to work on getting this ricotta, getting all these seasonings mixed into this ricotta. Now, since I am doing this by hand, I do, and I'm not running it through the pasta ravioli maker. I can make this as thick as I want it, okay? Next time I use my ravioli maker attachment, I'm going to thin out my ricotta, and got to do a little taste test, y'all. I'm going to thin out my ricotta so it will go through the ravioli maker a little better. But since I'm going to show y'all how to do this by hand and some little nifty gadgets, then I can make it as thick as I want. See, I even practiced one more time with that ravioli maker, and I said, nope, this is too thick again. I'm just gonna go back just to see if I could do it. But it's all right, y'all. I'm like, no, next time gotta go thinner. So let me show y'all how to do this by hand. If you've got your thick ravioli like that, you can clump it up, make you a little ball, and go all the way down your sheet. Okay, so now if you've got thinner ravioli, thinner ricotta or filling, I wouldn't get it soupy and I wouldn't get it too thin that you can't make a rounded ball like this to make a pocket. And you'll see why in just a minute. Because if you get it too thin, then you're not going to be able to do what I'm going to do next. So I made all these little balls and I saw that, hey, I can get more on this sheet. So I'm going to just continue making the balls and lay this on the bottom. Lay it on the lower end of your sheet, but save enough room on the bottom edge for crimping. You'll see in just a minute when we get to that point. And it will be sticky, y'all. Okay, now take the top half of your sheet. Sorry, my shoulder's in the way. I'm folding over just like that. Now, you're going to pinch around that little ball, make your dough come together, seal some edges, and I'm going to use this nifty little attachment, y'all, to do the cutting and put that pretty little zigzag edge on the sheet of dough. So watch and see how this works. Right now, I'm just closing my dough over the dough ball. Very gently. You don't want to wind up tearing a hole in your dough. That'll defeat your purpose. Now, shave off or cut off the very lower edge. make that little serrated cut mark at the end. Now, the top of your edge, you don't have to do this because where you folded your dough, that's going to be your seam. So you only need to do the bottom where you are going to cut off. Now, you can also do this a different way. Okay, now cut your edges off, and you're going to cut a square around that little filling ball. Okay, does that make sense? I'm going to go in between each one of those little ricotta balls, filling balls. Make sure you have enough dough around your ball to where you can crimp the edges closed, just like I'm doing right here. You want all seams and edges closed and crimped, so when you drop this ravioli in your boiling water, it doesn't pop open. Okay, so I'm securing all of my edges. My little filling made a little puff ball in the center. There you go. Now you can also put one sheet down, and you don't have to make them as wide. Put your dough ball, your little filling ball in the middle. Take another sheet of dough and just lay on top of that and do the exact same thing. But my sheets come out so wide, it's just easier for me to take that one sheet of dough and fold it over. And I'm not wasting as much dough. Now, believe it or not, those leftover pieces of dough are going to get used. Nothing's going to go to waste because I'm going to show you another little tool, another way that you can make ravioli. I'm going to show you two more ways. So I'm crimping all my edges. I want that pretty little serrated edge right there. And it's two-sided. You can either use the little zigzag edge, make those pretty little perforated edges, or you can use the plain cutter side. I just kind of want to jazz it up just a little, okay? So we're crimping all the edges. That's how you can make a lot of your block ravioli little sheets. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little few pieces of just some little squares here, just like this. See this little ravioli maker? You can make the round ravioli. Watch this, y'all. We love Olive Garden, and they make this kind of ravioli, and they use the round little attachment like that. And y'all, it's so pretty on the plate. It's so pretty on the plate. And this is all you do right there. Put a sheet down, put a ball of ravioli, a ball of filling, put your sheet on top, and look at that pretty little round ravioli. Y'all, I'm sorry. I get excited over new things, and I get excited over playing with my food. I don't know. I didn't grow up cooking a lot. I did sit at my grandmother's feet and bake a lot of things, like cakes and cupcakes and stuff like that. But cooking, I didn't watch a lot. I have just about self-taught myself how to cook, and I just love playing with food. So, see, I had a little bit of leftover dough, so you're just going to keep using your dough until it's all gone. So I'm going to show you one more time this little nifty thing. I love the round ravioli, y'all. Love it. Look at that. So pretty. So pretty. Just seal on those edges. Make sure they're sealed because you don't want these pretty laborious things to pop open as soon as you put them in the water. Now I'm going to show you a trick with an ice tray. You take a long sheet of dough the same size as your ice cube tray. Mine's not exactly the same size. I'm just showing you this concept. You're going to have it long, okay? Now you're going to take your filling and dollop and eat on top of each little cell. You're going to lay another sheet of dough on top of that when you get your filling in there. Then in each little square of your ice cube tray, do your cuttings, okay? Cut them go down the long way. And then you're going to go up the top. You're going to go in each cell and cut Okay, you see the point here? You've made your pockets. Now just go around and seal all your edges. That's a way that you can make a bunch at one time using an ice cube tray, y'all. I haven't tried that yet, but I just might. All right, now we've got them all done. I've got different shapes. I got different sizes. I'm so excited. So now I am going to get some water heating up on the stove. Now, at this point, y'all, you can flash freeze your ravioli if you want to. And right here, I'm showing y'all, you can do fried ravioli. You can take your ravioli and dip it in egg, then some breadcrumbs, and deep fry your ravioli. Or fried or baked ravioli, y'all. Let me tell you, some people might deep fry them. And then there's restaurants who will dip them in the egg and the breadcrumbs, and then they will put them. Now, you may boil the ravioli first, let it all cool, then dip it in the egg and then the breadcrumbs and turn around and bake it. I think that's how that's done. Y'all, I may wind up trying that next. Trying some baked ravioli where it's breaded. I just love playing around with food, love coming up with these ideas. So while my water is, let's get back to the flash freezing. If you want to flash freeze these because you're afraid of doing them fresh because you don't want them to pop open, y'all, you can freeze ravioli, flash freeze it, then bring it out and then drop it into your boiling water from a flash froze point, okay? I'm just used to doing all of my pasta fresh. And you can even take this one step further and you can flash freeze, then put your ravioli in a Ziploc bag after it's been flash frozen and then put it back in the freezer. It won't stick together and you can remove for a meal later. You can take it out of the freezer, open up that bag, put it in your boiling water, and you're good to go. Okay? So this means while you've got all your stuff out, hey, won't you just go ahead and make a big batch? Supper for that night, make you some extra, flash freeze it, then turn around and put it in the freezer, and then y'all, all you got to do is pull out that homemade ravioli later. See how much fun you can have and how much meal prepping you can do for a busy, chaotic night, but it's still homemade and from the heart, okay? Maybe they'll appreciate your labor, or maybe they'll think it came from a bag in the grocery store. I don't know, but you are mimicking what you're buying in the grocery store. I've just got to show y'all this bruschetta that I'm making. This is a loaf of bread that I had some leftover pieces and I'm like, we need to do something with this before it starts going bad. I had Rotel tomatoes and y'all, I also made this mozzarella cheese in my Formaggio maker. I will be showing y'all how to make mozzarella in the Formaggio machine too. But that's homemade mozzarella. Yes, that is homemade mozzarella. So I took a half a loaf of bread, or I just took some slices. I'm putting them on a baking sheet, basted with olive oil, put some Rotel tomatoes, diced tomatoes on top, using my homemade mozzarella. Yes. And I'm just going to put these in the oven. Do y'all see that stretch on that mozzarella? Yes. Now, I've only made mozzarella 2 times. I think I'm getting comfortable with it. I wanted to get the hang of my Formaggio maker and really get good with some recipes before I do a video, okay? Because I'm kind of helping Formaggio out. I'm just helping them advertise things like that. I'm not an affiliate, but they did give me a discount code. So, I might get into their affiliate program later, the more comfortable I get. But I've made ricotta like 5 times already. I've made mozzarella twice. I may make it one more time, still get comfortable with it before I do a video on mozzarella, because I'm still tweaking and coming up with shortcuts because y'all, I've done this before. I can come up with shortcuts and it won't take me as long. Okay. But a beginner, I will suggest follow all the recipes. Okay. Step for step. So we got our toast made, that mozzarella, fresh mozzarella, y'all will stick to your fingers because it's fresh. It's not coated and you can never have too much cheese. Let's just take a little bite here and taste test. Yes, y'all. And you can never have too much cheese. So, then I'm going to top it with a little bit of garlic and some more seasonings on top. And this is going to turn into bruschetta. I love Olive Garden's bruschetta, y'all. Yes, ma'am. You can, instead of doing the diced tomatoes, you can use your little cherry tomatoes and cut them in half or quarters and put fresh tomatoes on top. And your tomatoes will kind of like roast a little bit. So I didn't have any cherry tomatoes. I didn't have any fresh San Marzano tomatoes. I could have opened up a jar of my roasted tomatoes, but I'm like, you know what? Save those for a side dish or for a pizza. Let's just open up a jar of Rotel and use them on this toast right here. So I'm putting some extra seasonings, and while I'm fixing my toast, my water is coming to a boil almost. It's getting heated up. So that's going to go in the oven, and I think it was 375 maybe, y'all, until they're toasty and the cheese and everything just looks good to my eye. Now we're going to start dropping this ravioli gently down into the water. Fresh ravioli is going to sink, especially if you've got thick filling in it. It will sink to the bottom, but you'll know that it's getting done al dente or done when it starts floating. And I'm being very gentle because I don't want to break these. See, they're beginning to start floating. Yes. They're beginning to start floating, okay? I'm going to say anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes you want to let these boil. So far, so good. Nothing's popping open. I'm going to take my homemade homegrown, home-canned pasta sauce. Y'all, I had trouble with that jar. I had to go get dear hubby to open that up for me. I just did not have it in my hands today. So I took that to him and he opened it for me. Now y'all see my ravioli there? It's floating. Okay. So I've got me some pasta sauce in my skillet over here. We're going to be heating it up and my ravioli's looking good. And we're going to start scooping up a few times through the boiling process. Flip it. Okay. I'm checking it to make sure. Okay, I want just a few more seconds on it. It's floating, but I wanted just a few more seconds. So we're patiently waiting and dancing around. Okay. And you're gonna continue this process. So I'm gonna let it finish boiling just a little. I don't think it was even 3 minutes yet. I want to make sure they're done. So we're just going to start placing them very gently into my pasta sauce. I do not want to break these, y'all. I don't want to break them open. Now, I'm going to continue this same process with all the ravioli until it's all boiled, done, floating. Then it's all in my skillet. Then when I get it all into my skillet over there with my pasta sauce, I'm going to let it simmer just a little bit and let that pasta sauce soak into that dough and that ravioli. Y'all, it's smelling good in my kitchen. So we're going to put it all over there. We're going to let it simmer a little bit. There is my bruschetta toast. Do y'all see that mozzarella melting down? Here we are, all done. I'm going to plate mine and dear hubby's supper up. Do y'all see how this came out and how it stayed together? Y'all, I was so proud of how this turned out, and my hard work did pay off. Y'all, if you enjoy seeing content like this of whether I'm in my kitchen cooking a meal, a homemade meal, I'm showing you how to cook and bake with your canned goods. I'm showing you how to grow a garden and then harvest those things and put them in a jar or in the freezer, then turn around and make a meal with them. Y'all, if you like our content, please be sure to like our videos because that gets us noticed more. They recommend our videos more. Give us a thumbs up, comment, share our videos, and y'all, you will not be seeing the last of me. And there is more content to come, and y'all just be sure to come back. And if you want to be part of our farm and our family, just be sure to hit the subscribe button. We'll be glad to have you, and you'll get notified every time a new video is uploaded. We are going to sit down and enjoy this. And do y'all see how that turned out? Look at that mozzarella melt. Look at that pasta sauce over that homemade ravioli with love. You can top this with Parmesan cheese if you want to, or just leave it off. I will see y'all in the next video, and God bless.